Episode 1. The male protagonist was caught in the morning. My younger sister called and told me to wake up urgently. So it turns out that it's 2 p.m. already. Also because of yesterday's fight. You two are so engrossed with Iris, aren't you? I completely forgot about Gina's parent-teacher meeting. The girl's jaw dropped, she wasn't sure. Is this really my brother? Sung Jin-Woo even thought he looked strange. Or maybe it's because they're wearing workout clothes and not wearing them at all. Knowing the strange thing is the high level of beauty. His own breakthrough performance was nothing compared to. He's jokingly hiding his name in some movie. He trains all day until he goes bald. This guy also trains hard, but they're getting more and more beautiful, tough, and big potatoes. The common point is, they all possess extraordinary power, so remember that, brothers. Exercise regularly. Who is so outstanding, that even Jin-Woo is defining her style. I'll introduce you to some girls because I don't have a girlfriend yet. His daughter is an excellent student in all subjects. Personality, achievements, and even image. This is a model for you to follow during the meeting. Parents are very easygoing, the male protagonist is not affected. It wasn't difficult at all. Jen's practice test is within the range of what will allow them to pass the exam. My aspiration is to attend medical school. However, the teacher. I want to ask, what if, hypothetically, the girl wakes up? Would an older brother like you support me? Is he a hunter? The answer is very. Absolutely not. Then Jin-Woo left. Looking for Song Jae, the girl who was once present in their assault. Because he just found out. She's my younger sister's best friend. Thanks to that. Song Jae also found out that he was actually his older brother. Jin. I know that was just a supplementary meeting. Brother, I'm sure the homeroom teacher asked you to do it. Tried to convince me. Song Jae refused immediately. I will not go to school anymore because I have made up my mind to pursue my chosen path. I've become a hunter by profession. But she's just a low-class person. I barely earn enough to eat. I still see the little one. She stubbornly refused to listen, so he had no choice but to take her there. A place. Meanwhile, the airport workers. S-ranked hunter Wang Dongzu has landed back in Korea. Kwok was personally appointed by the head of the department. The manager of the Hunters Association came out to greet them. Korn. Dongju disliked this country, so he would land it shortly after for a personal purpose. Just multiply. He also made demands of the managers. You people can just pretend to be blind and deaf as if. I don't know what we're going to do with those 2 guys. That's fine in the dungeon. One is the line. A Sung Jin-Woo, and the second is the Jin-Ho. See. The S-class hunter was radiating such intense killing intent. Jin-Chun didn't dare to stop them either. Festival. Hunter Choi Jong-in, the club president, is reporting. With President Go of the Hunters Association. The pile of feathers of the ants on Jew Island, as well as the corpses that fell into the sea. This proves they are trying to evolve to fly. Ascending to heaven, and at this rate, there will be a wedding day. The ant managed to leave the island. The place where Sung Jin-Woo brought Song Ji there first. A gate, made by the Sung hunter himself. I proactively contacted them, wanting to learn about the process. The 2 managers were very enthusiastic during the training. Helpful gesture. This area has been identified as having quite a few gates appear with a single wing. A new Class C gate was added the other day. Taking on the role of team captain for the training session. This practical training session is for a top-tier hunter. A Kim Chun, a bodyguard. Attitude. It was quite annoying being pushed with 2 heavy weights. I'm going home. In addition, the lineup also includes 5. Class B and the 2 Class C people are all people. Children need real-world experiences. Jin Yumong. Song Jae will reconsider after realizing this. The harsh truth, but unexpectedly the team. This image is a bit too strong. The manager is still. The male protagonist whispered, I'll just stand here and watch. Making way for new hunters presently. 10 people have started walking into the wing. Gate, suddenly a feeling of extreme difficulty. The sudden turn of events made Sung Jin-Woo realize. Something is not right. Countless rays. Lightning strikes along with a burst of energy. A suffocating presence appeared right at the entrance, leaving only a little while before the gate. Completely closed. Jin-Woo tried to stick her head out. Request the manager to contact the attack team. The main force that was immediately deployed was completely stuck. Inside. White Tiger Association Chairman, Lee Jung-ho. I heard the news that the Class C gate suddenly disappeared. If we reach the red gate, we'll rush there immediately. Right? Inside, the Jingle group was pushed into a space surrounded on all 4 sides by snow. This is the red gate, a special dungeon type. Once inside, you will be isolated. Completely isolated from the outside world. People. It's impossible to get out from inside unless you kill them. A boss fight or a dungeon explosion occurs. The monsters that appear are more powerful than the others. With measurements of several degrees. No sooner had he finished speaking, something was flying from far away, aiming straight to Song Jae. Luckily, the male lead was right. They couldn't stop the spear that was supposed to rescue her. The child arrived in time, but a teammate. Others weren't so lucky. They were impaled through the eyes and died instantly. Place. That's the ambush of ice formations. High up at a considerable distance. They identifiable and targeted at 2. The weakest player on the team. Before the action. The provocation of those green bastards, Sung Jin-Woo, angrily broke the arrow into pieces. The ice elf's hands are cruel by nature. They were given that fearsome names by hunters. His nickname is White Devil. Currently the wing. This gate has been isolated with a difficulty level of B. Or more. In order to survive and return home, Kim Chin. It requires everyone to obey absolutely. That's what I, the highest ranking person, am saying. But he's not capable of commanding everything, so he will divide into 2 groups to take action. Discard. I assure you that those who follow me will definitely survive. Everyone immediately responded in unison. I want to join the A-rank hunter team, but he only accepted the strong, leaving the 3 weak behind. The most important thing is that it cannot be brought along. One day in here is in a language from another world outside. Should we kill the boss or wait? No matter what kind of dungeon explosion it is, it takes several months, so there's none left. What other way is there besides getting rid of the burden? Again. Surprisingly, a B-list girl. I'm asking permission to go work for that weaker team. Kim Chun secretly cursed the stupid girl. It's out of pity. But in reality, she just noticed that Kim Chun didn't even recognize the arrow while Sung Jin-Woo. We caught it again. You should understand that he is not. Category E requires at least Category A or higher. The 5 members of the Kim Chun group will be traveling. The main character, and for others, went around Jin-Woo. Forest Road. A rank hunter made 1 trip. Then they discovered marks on the tree trunk. Ice bear's claws. Believing that the name rank. That guy probably hasn't been properly trained. Which day will lead us all to our deaths. Stop. But Kim Chun suddenly realized. There's also a C rank hunter and a grade B, so why do I default to that? Is that the rank name a leader? As soon as I hearing a rustling sound, he asked, everyone assume a defensive stance. 3 giant ice bears a few meters out from the woods. 1. As the A-rank hunter lunged forward to pounce, he swung his weapon. The shield was used to block the attack, causing the fingernails to fall. It shattered. Immediately afterwards, he swung the blade of the axe to cut. The target was cut in half in a single note. Return. Back to the main character, the B-rank hunter. He also keenly noticed the scratches on the tree proves this is bear territory. Ice. But instead of retreating, Jin-Woo. That's the real reason why it's needed. Go deeper into the forest. Because this area is territory. The bear's territory will just need to be wary of floods. Just a bear, better than those ice elves with their ambitions. Very clever. Mrs. Hangi was also taken aback, realizing that it truly means this forest. There are no monsters stronger than the ice bear. But because it was too cold, he groped around in the storage room. Give each person a fur coat, make. Everyone was astonished by the magic. Space, even high-level hunters. I can only carry 2 or 3 items. They're usually low grade, not this much. Facing the question of who he really is. As for Songji, Jin-Woo only patted her head because he had. Since I brought her along, I have a responsibility. Protect her. He even raised his finger to spray. He unintentionally made a girl fall for him. Already, the polar bear has appeared. Male protagonist in history using the title of Overcome Adversity. Scene, consuming 1% of blood increases all stats by 1%. Both the stats and the title of Wolf Killer. All indicators will increase by 40% when compared. The head of a monster in the shape of an animal isn't called for an inspection. Checking the gate won't do anything except relying on a few A and B ranked hunters. He survived and returned home. Manage notifications in. There were also players who weren't part of the attacking team. Our craftsman is Sansam Jin-Woo. It has been attracting attention recently. Although it's a Class E game, he is suspected of having undergone a reawakening. Surprisingly, Kwang Dongchu's name appeared. Presently, this is a meeting between 2 S-rank hunter. Seeing the big boss in person. If the white tiger is also here, then he asked, could it be that a new classic gate has just opened? What? Bunin shouted in response, how come one by already? Upon arriving in the US, they were present within its territory. Us? Kwang Dongchu didn't back down at all. So you're going to let them intimidate you like that? A piece of trash. a technique. That's amazing. Baruka was still taking it easy. Like playing cat and mouse until you see. All of my soldiers have been killed. The guy. They started getting angry and urgently wanted to kill the male protagonist. Very quickly, Shun Jin threw the knife away. If you throw it in your hand, the opponent can dodge it. He smirked. But that was actually the intention. His throw to use table skills. The hand of the ruler. The sword flew away. Conversely, this caused Baruka to react. It was too late, and then the weapon was shattered into pieces. His aura. At that moment, Aeon was summoned by True. Call out and embrace the target tightly. The mage simultaneously unleashed fireballs. Aim straight at him, don't give him a chance. The group either avoids, or retaliates. Injured. The heavy blow enraged Baruka, causing him to slash. The iron shattered into hundreds of pieces. Dare to corner me. By this time, you guys will be. Kill them all. But suddenly on the body. He sustained 2 fatal stab wounds, those. It's our Jin-Woo who just went into hiding. Easy access, time to take down screen. Ions are revived from the smoke. Black, accompanied by really cool lightning bolts. Next to him, he delivered a finishing blow to the boss. The elves froze in place. Not cool enough. For how long will this new soldier keep going? Continue chopping the corpse as if you were splitting firewood. Enemy. The crime you committed just now was daring to kill your brother. You deserve to be punished. The owner has already scolded them enough. They can do anything else. Just in moderation. His face looked kind of clueless. Igris turned around in surprise to look at him, but Iris. Ignoring them, he turned to look at them again. They're a little scared of the wizard. They also cheered enthusiastically. Tell me quietly. If I knew, this wife would be exactly that kind of person. The Central Theater later became a place for evil comedy. Okay. The boss is dead, which means the gate to escape from this dungeon. It was opened. Everyone was so happy. He survived and returned home. It's been over 7 hours. The clock has ticked by, which is equivalent to more than a week inside the gate, but Though was still worried about the members and stayed on duty. If you stay outside for too long and don't come home to rest, then... Surprisingly, I caught a glimpse of a few. The ball moves forward. He was happy that he had. Don't put your trust in gold prospectors. Dwarf. But no one came out, only. They are to lower ranked hunters. Q. Following them were 2 ranked hunters, Song GG. And Sung Jin-Woo. Just as the manager predicted. I guess Hunter Sung will definitely survive. But it didn't go according to plan at all. The president of the White Tiger Society looks in the mirror. Their sad faces. It can also be understood as 1 A rank hunter and 5 B rank hunters mixed together. All of my other comrades have lost their lives. In the end. What the hell happened inside? Older brother. I want to call the male lead over to ask him something. But Jin Ji-Yunu's reaction was extremely cold. Bun pushed his hand away, causing Bun to yell, angrily. His tiger-like claws grew back, holding him back like an order. There are 6 members of... We went missing, so as... I am the one responsible for them. I was forced to order him to answer. Craftsman. Hunting for berries without hesitation, he turned back and replied. I paid them for saving the lives of the other 2. Agreement. Initial. Jin-Ho will be taking a test violated. Then there's the case of the hunter supervising the killing of the criminal. Core. He was involved in all 3 of those incidents, and still survived. Just the other day, the White Tiger Society encountered a red gate, and I heard that craftsman Sen's son also. He was the leader of the group of survivors. He knew the boy thanks to the help of his accomplice. He has just completed 19 bombing missions. Obtained the chairman's license. After a while. After being persuaded, the father temporarily relented. I want to try relying on Jin-Ho, but I heard that after the Red Gate incident, the White Tiger Society, they are looking to recruit Jin-Woo, so the condition is that the child must bring him along. We will only allow it if it's on our side. Return with the demon castle dungeon, even though he had killed. There are countless demons, but the male protagonist. It was impossible to extract, even a single bit. Son, it would be such a waste to throw all this away. The fee and the item you received were a license. Infiltrate the upper floor. And indeed, the scale. This dungeon is incredibly vast, like an entire world. The city is contained within the castle. That's the radio station. Walk to the transfer point. The person upstairs is a bit tired, so they summoned Jin-Woo. From the moment the alpha bear emerged, it was running. It's convenient to just stomp another bunch of evil people to death. There were demons swarming around too. From today. He gave it a fishy name, Scene Change. At the Hunter Association's training room. Chad-Hien. They just built a swimming lane that catches the eye. The other Hunter girls all admired her because she's still as beautiful as ever. She asked. I asked the chairman why it had to be kept secret. Information about ant feathers. Not publicly available. Choi. Dongyin replied, that's an order from the association. Revealing it at this time would only be counterproductive. The papers should be in disarray. Upon receiving the key, Jin was afraid this would be S-rank dungeon, but these demons. They're all low rank every time they move up. The higher up you go, the stronger the demons become. By targeting only the demon that holds it. With the permits for each floor, you can easy to move forward. If this haunted castle exists. If the structure is similar to the original tower, then it will probably have up to 100 floors reached. So, how strong will Jin-Woo become? Already, having collected 3,700 souls, he began. I wonder if the amount of food we brought will be enough. And will I be able to get back in time as promised to my sister? Or not? This will be a race against time. And so, time gradually passed. Jin-Woo has completed collecting 10,000. Evil spirit. And finally he. Reaching the floor with the monster in red text is. The VC, the lower level rulers, are currently. It's the 50th floor. He's the manager of the White Tiger Society. We went all the way to his house but couldn't find Jin-Woo. There are no records. He participated in the work. They broke down a few days ago, and there are no signs either. Exporting to foreign countries. Location tracking data. The association's final judgment pointed out. Right in the middle of the city. In the end, the hunter. Where's Sung? The male protagonist handed it over to the army. The remaining few shrimp and prawns in the football team. The big boss will handle it. A war. A life or death battle has broken out. Thanks to an increase in intelligence score. Jin-Woo's base can store many soldiers. More as well as more magical power more to maintain. Nevertheless, the rice plant still. Just sit there motionless. While still lost in thought, he blinked once. What startled me was that it suddenly jumped out from the moment. Which one is not good? Swing the mace straight in. Igris and the soldiers made Jin-Woo enraged. He lunged forward and gave the target a fist. Despite being a big man, he still got beaten up. Causing even the rulers of the lower ranks to fly away. Very far. It stood up and roared, seemingly. Uses a rage skill similar to the one used by the creature. Zibber used to be. Unleashed with full force towards. This made Jin-Woo quickly call Iron to throw something. Give me a shield. Luckily I received it. The shield he used just in time was what protected him. He unleashed that divine strike. Who needs more? They attacked relentlessly, giving the opponent no chance. Adaptation society. Incredible flexibility. In contrast to its body. Jin-Woo. Waiting for the opportune moment when the target reveals a weakness, is when he raised the mace. He threw it quickly. The shield into its weapon, and then pulled it out. The item was obtained from the leader of the gang. Devil. Unexpectedly, then was quick enough to handle it. The situation was resolved immediately. In love. The situation was extremely precarious, like Jin-Woo's life hanging by a thread. I suddenly remembered the dominant hand technique. My character just leveled up to level 2 a moment ago, and I immediately used it. Use a reaction force to propel yourself backward. Me. That's how I managed to dodge the attack. He died by a hair's breadth. This one can see right through. I got his movements too. Possible point. The only thing that could inflict damage was probably its head. Jin-Woo ran around stalling for time. Find a way to lock onto the anomalous movement. Then finally figured out a way. Hastily used the skill to increase running speed. They swiftly ascended the buildings. Rhyme. The pursuit continued at high speed without stopping. My foot hit the wall in the process. Profit. Using smoke to blind the opponent is not an option. They can even see movement. Jin. Who pulled out a knife and slashed him once. It came down from above, cutting straight into the neck. So, they successfully eliminated the ruler of the level. Low rhyme. Receive personal items. The item has the effect of upgrading magical equipment. High level law. Meanwhile, Guangdong. Zhu was present before the person considered a monster. The creature, which can speak human language. The man. He kept repeating, I'm not him. Monster. He also asked permission to ask one. That sentence, that is how much humanity has known. That's enough about the gate and the monster. Guangdong doesn't understand this guy at all. What the hell are you talking about? He continued, dungeons, gates, and monsters are just the surface. It's just a floating, catastrophic force. The worst has finally awakened. And his goal was to prevent the disaster. That painting. No matter how many hunters there are in the world. Even so, it's meaningless in the face of that. That's all the power. They're going to be swallowed up. He was taken advantage of. Guangdong listened for a while. And then you just say, hey hi, okay. And then what? Read. From the information he received, he knew the man. He had a wife and 2 children. And when reading. When it came to the name of his son, it was Guangdong. Zhu grinned because it was him. Jin-Woo, let me tell you this story. Many of your sons have died already. At this point, Guangdong Zhu also revealed his murderous intent. The gas accompanied the statement. What is there to deny about the moon? Then go down there and talk to Kenny yourself. Beside. This Jin-Woo has reached a whole level. The zombies. But even the higher the floor. He still completely dominated to the point that standing precariously on the throne of the boss of the floor. This, I could clearly sense the fear in my child. The zombie boss was defeated with just one slash. Having defeated the soul guide Midas, he was given promoted to ranks. However, food has. It was over while we were only on the 75th floor. It was terrible. The road is still long, but we'll collect it anyway. Having planned to have a lot of delicious dishes, we should end here. This is fine. Like ear cuff earrings obtained from the mount on the 50th floor, and the necklace of the demon lord received it from the zombie just now. These two items are part of a set, and one last thing is still missing to complete it. Therefore, there's still one more boss to come. Outside. There are also illusory items that fuel greed. Something that mages can wear to multiply their power. Their magical powers. Then, a random curse box, and what it delivers. It turns out there's another key. Anyway. They weren't his targets either. Which fragments of the world tree received after? When defeating Ven at floor 50. With water. The echoing forest stream captured from Midas. Floor 75 is what Jin-Woo is aiming for. Those are two of the three ingredients that make it up. Holy water of life. Only the original remains. Will Mom finally be cured? Recovered from the illness. But that's all for today. Back to the office battle. The American hunter just now. Many people used to said when to S-rank hunters fought each other in the area. The shape will be distorted, and the entire area will become. It turned into a pile of junk. Fortunately, the battle ended in a flash. The damage was not quickly resolved and Guangdongzhu was defeated very quickly. Get away from that man. Volume 4. Ask for a favor. Grinding in Jinwoo's Demon Castle to level up quite a bit. Many, but the official ranking remains only. Being in category E, I have no right to participate. High-level assault missions. He decided. I've decided not to hide it anymore and to go get it inspected. Back to hunter level. Another manager. The White Tiger Society is, as usual, they are recruiting manpower at the Hunters Association. And as soon as I witnessed the appearance of Sung Jin-Woo, he urgently called to report. President Bi Jung-hal will be coming soon. Right away. The male lead is sitting next to us. The guy is very nervous because by all means, the price must be based on the hunter's rank in order to make money. Another person encouraged me to just go with AD grade. Once you're promoted, you'll just get recruited, that's all. Having something better than an E-class car is enough to live on. The saying. It tickled Jin-Woo terribly. Now it was his turn. He was called into the room and placed his hand on the stone. Black crystal. After a while of waiting, the screen. Recheck the error message and the issue. experience. The excavation team was encouraged by the captain. There are many people like you here. Do not worry. Large-scale bombing raids into high-level dungeons require divided tasks. The task clearly involves the Monster Sand Attack Team, Mana Rock Excavation Team, and Cleanup Team. The Monster's Corpse. The profit earned is also very large. Right now inside the dungeon. Physical condition, that she was always bothered by the smell of the workers. Other hunts. That's why I always use a handkerchief. Cover your nose. But she didn't just now. They need to cover their faces with a scarf when standing next to me. Add. In addition, the White Devil boss once said something, those things are enough to show. Sung Jin-Woo is the only one who is. He benefits from the system, and he is one of them. Player. But, ultimately the player. What does that mean? At the end of the excavation, the captain gave a lot of praise. For the male lead. Despite having worked in this job for many years. Yes, but this is the first time I've met that person. Since I have the same opportunity as you, I extended the invitation to him. Just do it for me, and I guarantee you'll get it. Generous compensation. I'm so sorry, Seung-jin. Gu only works part-time, that's why. Then he asked the boy to work an extra day. Just one more is fine, because there will be to tomorrow. Class A and Class C flights. Anyway, the day after tomorrow. The male lead had to undergo a re-evaluation. I agreed, then a second later, I was startled because the Hunter Association has another schedule tomorrow. It's been breached. The confident captain. They boasted that there were no other teams left in the country. It is possible to conquer both O-level gates. Today they're the number 1 attacking team, but tomorrow. That's the second choice attacking team. Grandfather. They were even more enthusiastic about doubling the fee. Tomorrow is for the male lead. That evening, Father Hein sends someone to investigate the work of the Jin-Woo hunter. Work in the excavation team. But unexpectedly, the other person was replaced yesterday, and also got the same treatment. The boss gave the exact same request. But currently, information about Seung Jin-Woo has been limited. This is the first time I've seen a locksmith association. Information of a hunter who does not belong. That's the top spot. There were many at once. Such an action occurred to Father Hein. That person definitely has something to hide. She had met many hunters before. But that was the first person who smelled good. The next day, the male lead was present at the event. The attack by the Hunter Society, and the initiating team. Throw. He was welcomed by everyone as their son. Recalling the happy times with the team hunters in the past. He almost forgot how to feel. That feeling when you keep climbing the ranks alone. Starting with the Say class gate, it's very easy. Getting things done makes everyone's life incredibly easy. Is everything ready? Shall we go eat now? Team. The manager even offered to pay him a much higher salary. Even after 5 years, I couldn't keep him. I will follow this path. This guy is Sun Ki-hun, captain of the wing attack team. A class A gatekeeper came this afternoon to ask to borrow it. A worker from the excavation team for the people take care of their transportation today. Unable to come. And we guarantee that we will pay the subsidy. Danger level when accompanying the attacking team. Labor. But no one dared. Because the excavation team consisted entirely of low-level hunters. You can't possibly follow them into a class A dungeon. It seemed hopeless until Jin arrived. Raise your hand and volunteer. Everyone stopped them. It's a problem because it's full of high-level monsters. It's not worth risking your life for money. The two of them had to plead on his behalf, saying that this boy was new. I started the job yesterday, and don't know much about it yet, so. A bit hasty. But when I heard the baby had managed to get out from behind, leaving her with only. I know how to close my eyes and accept my fate. strings from behind the scenes. His name is Kagan. The one who blocked the exit is the Great One. The proud sorcerer of the brain species, and he is also the boss of this dungeon. He gave Sun Kun two choices. One was to be our warriors, either kill, or they have no other choice but to submit to me. Otherwise, he would be forced to take a gamble and choose the option. Serve them. The goal is for the whole team to go. Follow this group to the boss's room. Launch an attack on it, regardless of the outcome. Whatever happens, at least it will be a distraction. The barrier can no longer be maintained. Muscle. He assigned Sung Jin to that meeting. In addition to contacting the first attacking team. In other words, Sun Ki-hun is willing to sacrifice. He sacrificed his life to close the gate. Mrs. Tong has already written her will and asked you to do it. Give it to my family to help me. The whole team accepts. I must go to complete this mission. And give Sung Jin-Woo a chance to survive. This desperate situation is exactly like when the male protagonist is in a two-story dungeon. Only that everyone was competing for at that time living together, and these people. He was incredibly brave. Chad into the place. The excavation team searched, but found nothing. Where's that guy? Then it was warned by the team. The chief said that the young man was in charge of the job. They've brought the luggage in for the attacking team. The entire attacking team is inside here. In the dungeon boss's room. One a super spacious place, or you could even say the whole a castle with a high number of elite mines. They stood in tight lines on both sides. Stand. Right below the king were four courtiers. An extremely spectacular battle report. The king. He said hello. Praise be to you, man. How dare you come here? Episode 6. Think again, E-rank hunter, and the bunker. Class of prison was too suspicious, so father he. I'll go check it out. She asked for a weapon. Like swords or spears, but the excavation team. Those things don't exist outside of each country. After measuring for a while, she finally. I decided it's better to carry the national flag than to. Nothing went in there. The brilliant minds are. They stomped their weapons loudly on the ground. With a number. How could such a large number of monsters get out? Outside, it would be easy to crush an entire thing. City. Especially those for up there. His demeanor was completely different from the rest. The king was just. With a wave of his hand, everything froze. He stood up straight again. Sun Ki-hun is. Thinking about our team's mission, is what we must do. Defeat this boss, and close the tunnel gate. Prison again. However, the opponent suddenly. Then he suddenly said, I'm very scary. Star. Oh, you humans, what a spirit he possesses. It spread out and flew through the entire room like. He wanted to devour everyone. With so much magical power, Our mage understands things better than our own guy. They're just small fry, the whole group. I lost heart immediately. Kaden called the whole group. He came here for entertainment, but he will kill everyone. He tortured and devoured each one of them for his amusement. His soldiers. The brains around. He roared, causing everyone's faces to turn pale. There's still a drop of blood. The boss realized something was wrong. He looked quite odd among this crowd of people. But that's what makes it fun. Timing. The opponent closed their eyes to put on the sun mask. Ki-hun took the opportunity to give orders to the entire team. Attack. But as soon as he rushed in. When the fire went up first, no one dared to move. Inch closer. But so what, team member? The commander bravely charged into the enemy's stronghold. Kaden used the guardian spell to create. A layer of ice easily blocks it. Next up is anti-gravity magic. He lifted Ki-hun lightly into the air. Like a pink feather, then switched to accelerating. Gravity slammed them down to the ground. And so on. The captain was beaten up and down. In the helplessness of the team members, nobody can do anything to help. Finally, I couldn't stand by and watch any longer. Sung Jin swiftly swept past, and picked him up. Released. I shouldn't have gotten involved. Let's get to the Hunter Association's story. However, the attacking team is currently facing danger. One of the four courtiers. He was about to brandish his weapon, but Sung Jin stopped him. The hand of the ruler keeps it still. He then gently brushed it aside and sent it flying. It's as easy as the boss did just now. Our Dong Jin-gu wants to ask the captain a question. One sentence, could you please give me the whole thing? Is the monster set here? Team member. A-list captain in his dying moments. I'll give it all to you. Kaden emitted a stream of energy. Purple smoke emanates from the person to intimidate opponents. Xiong Jin, who was the same, the shadow effect. Because he has immunity against toxins and words curse, the wizards appeared and captured them. The head accumulates maximum flames, accompanied by the illusion of greed in one's hands multiplies. The combined magical power caused the orb to. Their fire broke through the spell of the meditating monk. Household, and it flew straight at Kaganen. The man's mask was shattered. Father. When he arrived, he couldn't believe his eyes. Usable. In the end. So who is he that even Jin-Chin has to keep an eye on this? Lyman will be withdrawing from the entertainment industry and become a hunter. He signed a contract. In agreement with the Death Society, they saw the presence of both Bi Jungha and Choi Dongin, everybody. I even thought the two of them were also targeting Min's. Shun should have gone to recruit him, but when knowing it wasn't the whole group, they were all disappointed. Turn your back on Min's Shun completely. 2. Again, the two presidents of the two workers' associations. They hunted fiercely, intimidating each other in an attempt to compete. He kidnapped Jin-Woo and brought him to his company. Or not. Which side will concede defeat? Just then. The third S-ranked person to appear is president of the Death Society. He also. I thought both of them were targeting Lai Minson. He said he didn't know Minson. Which one is it anyway? Even. Class Jin A also showed great interest. This is a story about the actor Lai Minam. Seemingly, he is a person with a bad reputation. That's all very good. Minson is playing. He spoke at the press conference about what he had done. Awakened as a hunter and now. They will undergo a rank assessment. He will fight. Fighting under the authority of the chairman of the Death Council God Lim Tajailu. Although the announcement will be withdrawn. Leave the entertainment industry while still in the early stages. I don't know what grade it is, but it's true. It turns out he had planned it all. Min X Dung received. The assessment was already grade A from the start, so for now. He signed a 2-year contract to work as a hunter for the guild. Death awaits the current scandal to die down. Then they return to the entertainment industry. Appearance. He still pretends, even though he has reached a certain rank. Everyone will risk their lives fighting the monster. Because it is a matter of destiny or danger. We could even call in hundreds more individuals. Muscle. The terrifying magic caused the guild leader too. Both White Tiger and the Hunter Association felt pressured. Island. So, Jin-Woo has officially taken. Having an S-rank hunter license allows you to. Selling illusions to satisfy greed is enough. He will. Use that money to buy equipment and artifacts. Conquer the demon castle. Just left room, Hunter Choi, and the craftsman. The hunter was already standing there, ready to offer his congratulations. 2 people. He flattered me endlessly, begging for an appointment. With a male lead, but Jin-Woo had to refuse. Harsh, and also because of lack of experience. Facing the reporters he had missed. Step out the front door. Immediately, shown. Jin-Woo is causing a sensation on all media fronts. With information about the 10th S-rank hunter of the nation has been revealed. To the point that Jin's younger sister. He couldn't believe his eyes. Opening team. I was also extremely shocked by this news, especially the reckless guy who accidentally provoked the worker. The S-rank hunter was by Rai wearing pants the other day. Uncle. Song Kaijin, and her older sister Shang Yu Hyar. Everyone back home was surprised to hear the news, but they all. I'm happy for you. Since Father Hein left. It has been 2 years since the last hunter appeared. Rank so, the consequence was that, all the reporters. During my press conference, everyone was upset. Everyone's crowded over here. Meanwhile, Jin-Ga. He is apologizing to his father for not being able to convince him. He urged his brother to return to his group. Older brother. He still has personal matters to attend to, so he wants to fight on and become even stronger. Therefore, boss. He established his own association and invited his son. Regarding the position of vice president, the father then scolded the child. My child is extremely selfish. It was originally intended to be delivered. This plan was for your brother, and yet you. They're interfering again. Destroy everything. And yet they achieved nothing despite their intentions. Responsibility to leave. Yes. But then I think back. We've been side by side all the way. The person I consider my older brother, Jin-Ga. I still chose to follow him regardless. Let my father say whatever he wants. To the south. But is currently offering to take me there. He went back to escape the crowd. But that's not necessary. Jin-Ga blinked. He had already appeared far behind the crowd. It was so fast that the hunter had to grab it. I'm getting angry because I can't figure it out. He also. It's even stronger than the day we got married. Pulse Jin-Woo immediately head to the hunter's auction floor. I want to find a defensive artifact. Fire resistance. The purpose is to protect yourself from the heat of the dungeon. A few items like a cloak. Both outerwear and rings are very suitable. However, when looking at the price of the sacred, we were still left speechless. Seller. The store immediately sets conditions if customers. It can break the protective glass. We will send this to you for free. Always. That's a type of reinforced glass. Thanks to magic, even an A-rank hunter can achieve that. Even then, it couldn't be scratched. See? He was about to actually do it when the other guy quickly stopped him. Just kidding. Actually, all that's needed is a shock. Unusual movement, let alone breakage. The security guards arrived immediately. Until Jin. Who left, and only then did he realize what had just happened. He didn't even touch it, and it already caused trouble. That's why there's a watery mark like that. Sung Jin-Woo was. He quickly led them into the weapons room. Aiming for a small dagger. However, its price is very high. Umbrella? It's not even as powerful as Kasaka's venomous fangs. He then took out the dagger he had bought. The chain store asked if this was worth it. How much does it cost? And it's unbelievable. It's famous. It must be worth at least 100 million yen. While the Jin-Woo pulse only costs exactly 2.8 million. In that case, the saint decided it was unnecessary. They sell illusions to satisfy greed, and then they sell them completely. The weapons bought in a system store system. As for B, Jin-Woo already knew him. Powerful, but that's not all. Ghost. The force overwhelmed the inspection area, plus. That level of physical ability means Sung. Jin-Woo is still getting stronger, even though he has successfully awakened again. Is that possible? He must be reawakened as a hunter. Is it a capacity for continuous development? Older brother. The news caused my younger sister to wake up, unable to. I was able to go to school because the media surrounded me. Around the house. The girl scolded him on television. Behave yourself a little, don't try to draw attention to yourself. That's weird. Jin-Woo will be away from home again starting tomorrow. 1 more week. Unexpectedly, Jin-Woo came to ask for help. I'm staying at my older brother's house because I ran away from home. Using this as an excuse, I'll be leaving. Working with him will save our children from having to worry. Question. They also arrested the young men. We have to go along with it. That night, Sung Jin-Woo. I secretly left the house for a while, although there already is. The association came to his rescue, but I'm still worried about the media. So he immediately summoned Tut's bodyguards. At this point, Saint began to wonder about Tut's bodyguard. There are 4 of them, but where's the other one? One person pointed to the sky and acted like a young man. I just remembered, it turns out he's the guy I was messing with. I threw it up to the ceiling, and it's still stuck. The image cannot be extracted from there. So he had no choice but to delegate the task to someone. The name entered Jerin A's shadow, and she stayed behind to protect her. Little. While we're at it, let's also order a large quantity. The other soldiers assign tasks to them. They patrol the city, every night. Position. Consider it a contribution to society as well. Just a little while. The next morning, Jin drove the boss. Go to the location to enter the demon castle. He was very surprised that his brother had been appointed supervisor. Even though they're already ranked S, they still want to cultivate more intensely. Furthermore, Sung Jin-Woo bought the ring. Water attribute, and cloak attribute. Wind is a perfect heat barrier. Board. The task instructions that appear are still the same. The mission is to collect the souls of evil spirits. Part. The reward is a run and swipe ball, it will. It gave him a skill of the job. Profession. That gives us even more motivation. Jin-Woo teleported straight to floor 76. Let's continue from where we left off last time. Meanwhile, Jin-Woo's father is being scolded by his wife for letting my child left home to become independent. He's been saying this for a long time. Now it just stays at home all the time, so letting it leave the nest is the right thing to do. That's right. But suddenly the person's eyes. My father's face turned pale and he fell down. After 2. He only regained consciousness the day he was admitted to the hospital for treatment. The wife only told her son, Jin-Ho, that he fainted from exhaustion. But actually, the chairman of Jujin Construction Company has suffering from eternal sleep disorder. It will cause him persistent drowsiness and eventually, I will never wake up again. People born with congenital defects. They have poor resistance to magic if exposed. Prolonged exposure to magic will lead to illness. This disease. That means there is something in the house. Jin-Woo was a hunter, and that's why he contracted the disease. But living in a world of magic. They were everywhere, yet he was so unlucky. A person without resistance to magic. So, isn't Jin-Woo's father being screened from this world? Facing the child. The boss of floor 76, Jin-Woo, summoned him out. Tut, even threw him a phantom heart. He doubled his magical power. This made Tu's attack carry a certain power. The terrifying force instantly blew everything away. The entire area in front of us like that for now. Just give the ball to this creature to hold and move. The scene leads to an island far out at sea. The two patrolling hunters were chirping. They went for a walk on duty, but to their horror, standing right in front of them both was an ant means it has evolved. To the point of flying out of Jeju Island and into the neighboring islands already, it won't be long now. Upon arriving in the ancient city, it was crowded with people. Pulse. Jin-Woo began dividing his army into 6 groups. The team split into different locations with specific tasks. Kill everyone they see. And if I found the permit to go to the next floor, then you have to notify them. It has been today's since. When you're on the 80th floor, finding the permit is difficult. Going upstairs is really difficult. Suddenly realized, someone is destroying the shadow soldiers. On his top tier, A-list team, there are demons. Which superior officer is capable of eliminating them all? High-level brains? Team A, in order, B is destroyed. Surprisingly, Tut's team was. Team A is right next to Team B, yet Team B is further away. He got beaten up again. That means because they know how to polish it strongly. They were too weak to defeat them, so they gave up. Go find and meet the team of Star Runners. That means monsters. This person possesses sufficient intelligence to see through power. If so, Sung Jin-Woo knows the next target. What are their plans? That is, the ice bears of Taint. He immediately went to the official's office. Upon closer inspection, they found that their opponent had a total of 4. Name. Basic monster soldiers are incapable of. We can't defeat this flood. The man in golden armor on the other side. First, there was the boss and his 3 subordinates. It's easy to deal with the bear pack. Sung Jin. Who approached in secrecy. Attacked by a dog. He dodged the spears of the enemy. It was easy, then he shot and took the kill. Bell. Then the next to rushed at one. It was Jin-Woo's turn to pull out his dagger. It was split open by the white demon Baruka. Broken into dozens of pieces. Facing the insect. On this floor, the male protagonist. through enemy lines. English. It felt like I was about to be killed by a fatal blow. Fortunately, Lord Jin-Woo took the blow for us. Help. Leads to taking a full blow. His lightning bolt and dagger were also struck. Fly away. Baron delivered the finishing blow, but the gun hunter still clung to his last ounce of strength. The remaining force that the bare hand can block to stop the blow. He chopped it up. In this situation, the demon lord. Just one spit of magic and the saint. We will sell the salt on the spot. It caught. His head accumulated a massive ball of lightning. But at that very moment, Al showed courage. She chose aside and threw her spear. The monster's head successfully attracted attention. It's on my side. Shun Jinta has been practicing. The middle level puts a lot of points into strength. The muscles are strong, so they can't miss this opportunity. He combined it with the hand skills of a killer. Dominating with all his might, breaking the wings. The opponent's hand. It continued to exert its energy. The amount is from the mouth, but that's where it ends. Okay. The hunter finishes the job with a final blow. Finally, a hook punch under the chin will decapitate the kid. Monster. It seems like this part was done by the artists. I was too exhausted to finish coloring. Brothers. The amount of magical power that Bond has just accumulated and released. It shot up into the sky, causing a terrible explosion. He has officially passed away. Shun Jinta collapses, falling amidst the scene of devastation. Yet, tell you to hurry back and tell his father the news first. That from now on the Radish clan is number 1 in the place. This is it. The Radaru people keep talking about the root. What does cabbage mean, Dad? Episode 9. Final. They also collected the blood of the Demon Emperor. This is the final item to craft. Holy water of life. But the success rate. The labor and quantity of finished products are secondary factors. It relates to intelligence level. Nevertheless, Sung Jin, who didn't hesitate for long either, acting quickly. Quickly manufactured. After sweating for a while, the seed that was waiting so patiently was finally successfully retrieved. I received 6 vials of holy water of life. Fit. He even thoughtfully carried the carcass of the dog W to its owner. Shadow extraction. A very shadow. Even stronger individuals are recruited into the army. Jin-Woo, but he couldn't remember what it was called. Since there were so many of them, we'll just give it the name Kain for now. English. They happily urged him to ride this horse home. My family is having a party, but Sung Jin-Gu. I didn't hear it all. He's busy searching. The ancient inscribed stone is one of the items. Just received it. Use it to get technical information. Ball swapping ability. It allows the owner. They can swap places with shadow soldiers regardless. Where are they? So, Sung Jin-Gu. I have to say goodbye to Elu here. He couldn't possibly go all the way to the 80th floor of the castle. I could have a feast with my clan, so if there's still a chance. We'll meet again later. She's a devilish girl. I didn't have time to say my final words to him. In the blink of an eye, Jin-Woo had switched places with the child. The patrol soldier returned to the real world. Right? Wait 3 hours before using translation skills. This is a one-time instant transfer, so he called. Go straight to Kaian as a means of transportation. Fastest. Attacker's strategy. Ju Island will use magical powers. The hunter uses bait to lure the ants. Then they use special electromagnetic waves to cause interference. On the front lines, the hunters. Those with a rank of A or lower will be assigned the task. Maritime defense and The original demon has no way of getting in. The Ghost Hunter is the president of the Celebrity Association. And the president of the White Tiger Society cannot release. Give your best in front of others. Because when he fights, he will transform. Monster. Jin-Woo belongs to the shape-shifting type. But, below are the members of the Knights of the Order and the advancing crowd. Inside were 10 S-rank hunters. Together with the president of the association, Goto Ryuji, from Japan. They reacted somewhat negatively to the S-rank hunter, new from South Korea, and when watching the battle between Jin-Woo and Madong, the group of people, I was a little disappointed by the people standing at the head of this country. Perhaps it's because they've become accustomed to it. Goto Ryuji fought and ended up looking. These people don't look much like S-class individuals. The next person to enter was Park Dong-soo, president of the Knights of the Order. Even though although only a rank, the Knights of the Order is still one among the 5 biggest teams in South Korea. Core. Here, Goto Ryuji expressed his desire to organize a friendly match exclusively for the S tier. Those who are difficult to determine a winner in this system, mages, healers, and tanky characters will not join. Only those belonging to the combat system. The new player was nervous and shouted to start the match. The feeling of defeat when someone grabs your wrist and touches you on the back, or pressed down to the floor and shake. The competition format is not solo, but all participants. They will all fight at the same time. Veta has 4. The hunters are Buno, Lim Taegu, and Ma Dong-da. And Cha in conference for S-rank hunters. Japan. The official friendly match begins. This also marks the end of episodes 9 and 10. Madong, with his large, muscular body, advanced on the side of an opponent from the same system to compete. A test of strength. Despite the opponent's small body, they are far more powerful, but their strength is no less. Lim Pyu, the chairman of the Death Society, is a craftsman. Hunting marksman champions puts them at a slight disadvantage. Assassin hunter with very fast speed faction. Friend. However, he quickly made it the throwing distance of magic arrows from the fingers. This is a family-run facility. He tried with high-grade magic stones, but later. This match probably needs a reassessment of its durability. Bunin quickly transformed into a monster, almost. Scratched it by wearing a face mask and hit his heart. Competitor. He seems quite scared because this kind of competition is completely inappropriate. But the president of the White Tiger Society didn't. But they went easy on him because he needed training. Only courage can hope to confront the flood. Ants. This time, his entire hand had transformed into a tiger's. Quickly pounced on the opponent. In an instant, the Eastern Ghost lost the battle. During the wrestling match, they wrestled so hard that the floor sank into the ground. Lim 2. If you're quickly grabbed by the wrist, you'll lose. Immediately afterwards, those 2 victors established. That means swerving to help by wearing a mask. Facing off against Jin-Ho. Meanwhile, Father Hein. He is once again overwhelming the female hunter on the opposing side because the movement was very difficult to read. Miss. He is known as a dancer with impressive movements. Fighting like dancing, they quickly slipped through. Go behind the target, take them down quickly. He quickly rushed over, wanting to help Jin-Ho. Suddenly, I sensed a powerful presence behind me. Of the men wearing the mask. Vice president of the association. Hunter reacted instinctively, and the bomb exploded. His face looked like he'd just seen a monster. However, that inadvertently activated the hidden potential, which is, I'm going to piss that guy off. Once the monster rises, they will lose all reason and become completely insane. What do you remember when the match ends? Even his teammates had to worry because of the guy wearing a gun. That page will attack indiscriminately. Us. Luckily, Sung Jin-Woo jumped down onto the ground. He took the blow for him when he realized this guy had overtaken him. That's excessive for a friendly match. In the blink of an eye, he circled around behind her and locked her in a tight embrace. He held his hand back. Japanese hunters were surprised. However, when a mage hunter control your hands while wearing a mask. That's how furious I got. However, the father is in. It still counts as a defeat. Jin-Ho also. Losing when it was 1v2 meant losing in the middle game. Our side has failed. This time the chairman, Goto Ryuji, wants to personally test his skills with Sung Jin-Woo. He was quite surprised to have to. The Korean hunter was the one who confronted me. He laughed again, clearly amused. Even Jin-Woo. They set the condition that they had to fight with all their might. Play. The Boo rank healer hunter high. I'm still sitting at home watching every day. Information about the attack on Jew Island. Wednesday. Then made a phone call. The person on the phone wants to ask about the defensive team. That trip. Fader ranked hunters. I'm really looking forward to watching the match. Between Sung Jin-Woo and the strongest man in Japan. Copy. The magic system should have soloed against the other systems. Normal close combat must be stopped. But because this is Sung Jin-Woo, Jin-Ho and Father Indy placed his hopes in him. The male lead is still. Before he could finish his sentence, the match had already started. He was hit with a lightning fast punch by his opponent. Right. However, he still completely avoided it. He really doesn't look like a typical hunter. Not at all polite. Assuming that hunter Sung only. He's impersonating a magic user, so he'll expose him. That fake face. Goto Ryuji is more upscale than others. The S rank is normal, but not quite there either. Jin-Woo couldn't dodge it. Just dodging those attacks was enough. That's very good. But Father Hiwai recognized the craftsman. Hunting for berries is not only about avoiding them, but also about trying them out. The opponent's strength. This isn't the right way to go. Or the leader of the guild drew his sword and immediately changed his mind. Seriously crushing Jin-Woo's impulse. Attack. His work revealed a sinister nature. The wound was on his face, and just a little more. That's enough to pierce my eye. Jin-Woo has. It can be caught, but not by grabbing the wrist. So the match isn't over yet. 2. Everyone was seriously exuding an aura of confidence. Keep. This kind of confrontation wouldn't be a good idea. Should. A column of ice suddenly shot in from nowhere and cut in the middle of the match along with 2 members. Each side rushed out to stop the 2. Bandage. That's the magic of a Japanese sandmaker. Match. The fight must stop here. Now Sung Jin-Woo has grasped the true strength of everyone. Everyone is here, and they've all joined at the same time. It included soldiers and the shadows of 5 people. Surprisingly, the S-rank hunters included. Neither Goto Ryuji could sense it. His night shadow soldiers had hidden themselves in their shadow. That evening, Goto Ryuji called. The electrician told his vice president about a craftsman. The hunt for reawakening is very strong in South Korea. But surprisingly, the father gave the name. Sung Jin-Woo is not on the list. Book about those who participated in the attack on the island. Chu, yes, because the male lead refused. That offer from Chairman Go included, Beyond, Jin-Woo's former teammate, is also. An S-ranked hunter did not participate in the trip. This, however, both Choi Jong-in and Lee Jung-ha. We all believe that with 15 S-ranked hunters, they will win. The male lead returns. At home, Mom is waiting for me, hoping we'll have dinner together. It has been prepared in advance. He has made his decision. He will be with his mother after 4 years in a vegetative state. That's why I refused that trip. On the other side, on Jew Island, all the living creatures have been depleted. This leads to the baby ants gradually eating the flesh. Each other, realizing that the land was no longer sufficient. Food to feed the ants too. Ants. The Lord decided he had to leave the island. But first, we need a strong child. Stronger than anything else. To lead the people of the kingdom. In response, that ambition comes from the mother of the giant ant cocoon. The first one has bloomed, it's no longer red. Another species that it has evolved into a completely different form that looks hard. Cable, far more majestic. Yes, the story is so cool and majestic. When it was adapted into anime, I even thought it was a comedy. Writer has released a new episode, guys. That's right. The filmmakers managed to create some really satisfying combat scenes. Labels are too numerous, but they also bring in a lot. Disappointment for the fans. Dried out. The son of Get doesn't look like he's in trouble at all. This is so weird, it's boring and depressing. Let's get back to it. The story of the ant monsters is evolution is happening at an incredible rate. New. During their third assault on the island, they were still crawling on the ground, but now they have brought humanoid shape with wings large on its back. Hunters from all over the land. Countries are being called upon to join the team. Defense. Du Hai and Uncle Song Kai trembled. They met in season 1, meaning the two of them. They also participated in providing support. Early the next morning, in order, each fleet of warships from 1-2. The 4 gradually moved into the waters near the island. North, East Zoo, and the Knights of the Order of. He also belongs to the defensive team. Those person assigned to prevent unforeseen circumstances. Unfortunately, no ant dared to escape. Island. Madong, head of the Celebrity Association. Then assigned the defense duties to the vice president of. He and the rest of the members. Opportunity. The deputy looks cold, but when you get. The chairman patted her on the head and handed everything over to her. She blushed shyly and wished him well on his journey. Peaceful. Conversely, the Limb Death Society. Hein still remains flexible and agile. Every sword strike landed with precision. That, after a long and arduous effort, finally, the team also eliminated the guard and, finally, now it's time to confront them. Queen Ant, head of the Celebrity Association. It took a sharp hit from the fangs in front of its mouth. Let everyone charge forward at once. Limb to fly into the air and shoot a storm of arrows. Pin them all onto the monster and Jin-Ho also quickly approached and scratched. The plan was flawed, but it didn't really work. Queen Ant, take a deep breath and then exhale. The poison targeted to people, causing Donguk to. And Jin-Ho was corroded by acid. Don't forget the game. This battle already had therapist Mindian. Who, so everyone almost died. You can repeat it as many times as you like. Enemy. Those with intelligence immediately shifted their focus to him. But Ma Donggoogle will never let that happen. That happened. Choi Dong-in shooting power fireball until it enters. He freed the person in a dangerous position. It exploded, facing the amount of power. A massive magic spell from the Hunter Guild leader. The ant tilted its head back and let out a howling scream. It made a very strange sound. This is not a scream. The word death seems to carry a different meaning. Seeing their target turn around and try to run away, the long-range hunters continued their relentless attack. Stamp. Hunters, fighters, and tanky characters are fast. To parry the blow from the large claws, now it's time to shine. Of the female assassin with a single, decisive slash. Point. B and 2 buds, add strength to. I bet the guy in the picture will give me a slash, aimed at me. Left leg. 2 slashes, then 3, 4, 5, and it gradually increased to dozens of sand-like strokes. In just 2 seconds, the Queen Ant has loose joints and bones can lead to collapse. Vice President of the Association. Hunter moves like a dancer. Graceful yet powerful, putting all her strength into it. A powerful final blow, a circular slash. Hook-shaped sphere. Successfully helped the brain. And the necks of the Queen Ant are separated. Go out. Cha Hein also seems to be running out. Force. At this point, I saw his chubby face. Run, that's hilarious, guys. The war has. It officially ended amidst cheers and applause. There was overwhelming joy from people across the country. Everyone was overjoyed, thinking that the Queen Ant had died. It's all over now. Even the chairman. Go, also smiled contentedly when the campaign was completed successfully. The 5 hunters standing nearby all believed it. This is finished. Then there's only B Jung-ha, who still had doubts about the last scream. There's something not quite right about it. But the flock. B and Gillard doesn't care. Hurry up. They quickly celebrated because they had avenged their brother. Unsocked in the past. Chairman of the White Tiger Association. They could only relax their guard and feel reassured. Everybody. But the fleet. Out at sea, we received another warning about an ant infestation. They are all returning to their nests at the same time. I don't understand. Why are the jamming signals no longer effective? Joy's fire prison in print. In the blink of an eye, they were overwhelmed by a swarm of strong creature, even an ant would be released. protagonists' army from Iris, Iron Tank and to cleaned up one by one. In the blink of an eye, Jin-Woo attacked from behind. Stepped forward in stunned disbelief. Stars of S-rank hunters. Broadcast. The signal was cut off midway, causing people to. Outside, no one knows what's happening. Out on the island, people called in unison. The line requests to continue watching the broadcast. The waves are coming in so fast that the system is about to overload. Just like how episode 12 was released. So, last night, a lot of people came looking forward to this episode. The fact that several anime websites crashed still bothers me. I just released a video for you guys. Aeon turned on. Provoking attracts large swarms of ants. The Mongol army targeted them, and then the four of them. Jin-Woo's general continued to crush each one. One, leaving behind a sense of bewilderment and astonishment, nothing. Understand what these creatures are, and why hunters. Sung is here again for those people remaining. Don't explain yet, Sung Jin. Who took out the bottles of medicine, intending to treat the wounds. For everyone, but because it cannot be transferred. He had to give in, so he had to pour it into each person's mouth. People. Each person only needs one tube for the wound. The wound healed completely, as if nothing had happened. However, Father Hein was in danger. In a play, drinking wouldn't help. Her life is fading away, now there's only a glimmer of hope. The quickest way to get out of here is to seek treatment. But the ants were swarming everywhere this time. Then another wave came in, seemingly wanting to. Getting out early is impossible. Gogen Hai completely unaware of the team's situation. How did the attack go when the entire island was under attack? Communication signals are temporarily being interfered with. Since, when the Black Ants appeared, there was nothing left. Knowing whether the hunters are safe. Never before has the president of the Hunters Association. Self-reproach for one's own body and heart, like right now. If only he could be with them. Fight. Jin-A smashed the TV at home. Asian ways of repairing electronics. But the scariest thing right now is the team. Japanese naval forces stationed at sea. Signs of life have emerged from Gotorui. Disappear. Based on enemy signals. A powerful force emerged in that moment, that he had already been defeated. Hearing this, Chairman Matsumoto is still worried about the impact. Affecting my future plans. Swearing at Goto is pointless. Try it. Sung Jin-Gu US Close Combat General. It still clearly demonstrates its usefulness when he single-handedly took on countless challenges. However, the soldiers were too weak compared to the ants. Older brother. We want to increase its fighting power. But in a situation where many people observing like this is a bit difficult, so tell everyone to follow behind Tatsuo. Leave safely, if the soldiers were still there. And then, by chance, an ant might slip through and fly towards it. If an attack occurs, please help me take them down. Besides, he also decided to do it thoroughly. Keep his secret, and hope no one to reveal to outsiders. But suddenly, the ant colony was neutralized by the skill. Provocation followed by a series of abrupt halts. They stepped back into 2 rows, bowing low. People came down to welcome him back. It came quickly from the Black Ant. Arrive. Here, everyone understands who the leader of the group is. Having drawn his sword, Goto Ryuji was defeated. Spirit. The emanating from the ant became increasingly deformed. Then, he muttered, there is no king outside. Not at all. Is there anyone here who is called? Isn't he the king? Sung Jin-Gu also realized. This one is the reason why the belief. The effect of the shadow he attached to Goto. Cut off, he immediately stepped forward, unyieldingly. Faced the opponent directly. Opposite with the question, are you the king of mankind? Huh? The male protagonist responded without the slightest fear. Even insects can talk. Let's see how imposing this is. How sharp can Jin-Woo's weapon be? No. Surprisingly, the connection suddenly became stable. Again, if this appears on screen now, it's definitely going to be a hit. Live broadcasts are always free of delay. To cover up in time if anything happens. Again. However, they were forced to do it because the anticipation of millions of people across the globe. The water is heading toward Jew Island and everyone. No one could believe their eyes. Special. Jin-A was surprised when her older brother called out. I went out for a little while and ended up on the island. That's terrible. It doesn't matter if Jin-Gu is attacked. How to get the island? Chairman Go only knows. I put all my faith in him. After a brief moment of reconnaissance, the ant struck. Before swinging a punch, that landed right in the worker's face. They hunted for mulberry leaves until the ground cracked. Everybody. They were all worried because of a magic-wielding hunter. Dared to get that close, only to be chosen. Blow. But little did they know that the male lead wasn't at all. It doesn't matter. He used the hand of the ruler. The tactic involves grabbing the target and pinning them down. He landed on the ground and swung a punch across its face, causing the ant to stop standing for the first time. Even though he was steady, he still leaned to the side. But the shell. Its hardness was very high, and it continued to lunge forward. Fight. The two sides exchanged messages. The punch was devastating, and both of them suffered serious injuries. Love. The pressure from the battle radiated outwards. A-list level, like the cinematographer. It was very difficult to stand firm. Magical power alone is enough to make the people standing around if there aren't enough. He might have fainted. The ant just... The moment the mosquito net opened, it was a surprise. I'm the one who got pushed. If you step back, you'll immediately take a powerful punch. Let's blast this guy far, far away. Ultimately, what is it that both sides are working together on? He took a running start and lunged forward, throwing a powerful punch. They clashed, however, Jin-Go added more. Another action is to quickly bend down. The man got out and gave him another punch in the face. The opponent, but even an ant wouldn't have that. Conceding defeat, he seized the opportunity to thrust his tongue out. The poison from his mouth grazed his face. It was a substance. It has absorbed potent toxins from other organisms. The sea surrounding the island then refined it. By the power of magic, Jin-Go affected by the inability to move. The human side arriving here might be slow. Run out of. Meanwhile, Matsuoto of Japan. I am very upset to hear that 7 out of 10 workers. My S-rank hunter is dead. And the counter. That strong reaction is now appearing in the organization. After confronting Goto Ryuji, which means it survived despite confronting that man. But thinking about it again, a monster, even Goto. If they can't kill them, then the hunters on the other side. That one is just bait for it. And after. It must be fighting constantly against two factions. It has also become very weak. So we can take it down now and win. Come to our side. The old man immediately gave the order. The 3 surviving hunters joined forces with. The second assault team is waiting at sea. They will then launch another attack. However, 1. The S class by after what has been proven. The ants were trembling with fear, not daring to confront him. Where's the monster's head? My teammate. I scolded him, but he didn't. Listen, I don't want to lose my life. Here. Back to the air battle. Sung Jin was unexpectedly affected by a highly toxic effect. Who was still able to block the finishing blow from enemy. Don't forget he has antitoxin. He was inside, quickly give him a punch. This causes the layers of shell to crack and break, making a popping sound. Perhaps it's because the sensory index has increased. Now Jin-Woo can see emotions of the opponent. He is very worried. But he's just the same because he has to end it. Hurry, or the girl won't get through. Cured. Continue charging forward, and deliver a kick. With its heels, it plowed the ground, but the child. The ants spread their wings and flew up to dodge. If the poison. It was ineffective, and the struggle was also futile. It didn't help me win. They decided to focus all their efforts on their greatest advantage. Of oneself is speed by transforming. During body transformation, black ants reduce their muscle size. And increase everything for speed. SN technician. Sung also brought out the Demon King's pair of daggers. Harvested after destroying the three-legged creature. Floor 100. Right from the first attack, he was at a disadvantage, due to the speed of change. The opponent's astonishing abilities. The war is now a race of speed. Basically, this fight was deserved. It's worth the number of people eagerly waiting. Watching the new episode so intently that the website crashed. However, after watching the whole match, it's possible to give an assessment, compared to other battles. Compared to the previous bosses, this battle feels. The combat experience wasn't as intense. But, all things considered, it's still top-notch. It's reached its peak. The black ant, unexpectedly called. Climbing those sharp ice columns is a skill. By the Japanese S-rank hunter. Meaning. After this creature eats someone, who will absorb the nutrients. The strength always comes from the victim. The war causing the cave to gradually collapse, the enemy. Realizing Jin-Woo's speed was not inferior. What am I doing? And it's even getting faster and faster. Then, how could something like that happen? At the time. These two sides moved so fast, that only. It left behind two streaks of light, one blue and one red. It's surfing. Wherever it goes, it brings destruction to the surrounding area. Close. Even if you strain your eyes, you can't shout. Keep up with the movement. This part. Jung-Ho wondered. I wonder what you intend to do. But no longer. Before the reply time, Jin-Woo quickly arrived and extracted the shadow of the top-ranked hunter. In the story, we had to extract 3 parts. The first time it was a success, but then the anime. Get ready to eat, guys. Outside the match fighting against the remaining ants. There are still no signs of things cooling down. The guy. Japanese S-class players seem unwilling to return. Let's go back to the island where that monster is. What else? But surprisingly, I was informed that the animal had been captured by a hunter. South Korea killed him. Back inside the cave, everyone was overwhelmed by it. Sung Jin-Woo's power turned out to be different. A normal summoning spell is an ability, a force that exploits the power of the dead. By mail, I heard Bungu say, "Let's use my power." As soon as, having been transformed into a shadow soldier, he automatically moved toward Father Hein for treatment. Give it to her without needing the wrong summoner. Tell the magical power of the healer. Grade S injuries quickly recovered completely. The overall condition for humans is being absorbed. Regret. A satisfied smile is enough proof. He must be a very warm person. This is truly an impossible ability. It was shown on television because it was quite scary. Bunin expressed his wish that Jin-Woo would still. If we continue fighting, our strength will increase. ENG would be very useful. However, honestly, he didn't want to fight. Since he didn't want to see Biomu fight, he also didn't want to see Biomu on the battlefield as well. Just like after the incident. This is the second time I've been to the Red Gate. The hunter plays the lead role. However, this time it wasn't an order, but rather a sincere request for help. And again right away. From the beginning, the gun hunter also had this thought. That's it then. Successfully saved my dad's life. He quickly released the extract. For Min hunters. Before he vanished, we looked towards our senior, Bin, and shouted one last time. Then gave a farewell smile that surprised the leader. White Tiger couldn't hold back his tears. Owner. President Matsumoto after seeing the scene. The male protagonist defeats the strongest, and I'm very annoyed to see that South Korea still has this problem. Living. Why is the name Chung Jin there? On the island when he wasn't on the list. A book on cooperative combat. Come here, The plan can no longer be continued. And ordered the rest of the team to retreat. Right away. Japan suffered losses on this trip. A heavy defeat. The battle against the Ants. The situation at sea remains very critical when there is. Even with relentless bombardment, the number remained unknown. Decline. Due to the loss of the queen and leader. This caused the baby Ants to become disoriented. They went berserk, rushing out in waves. Absolutely. We must not let them enter our territory. That is the immediate task. Hunters Association. The S-class officer quickly launched the helicopter. They are waiting outside to bring Father Hein over. Medical team provided care. This trip is not very safe. Keep a lot because it seems the ants want it. Leaving the island, they dispersed in the direction of. The mainland was in chaos. Everyone has gone up. Helicopters were present, except for Sung Jin-Woo. He and Tet burned down the remaining witnesses. And the newly hatched baby ants. The downward movement signals an impending happy ending. But suddenly, from the inside, a very tall-looking person. He stepped out, despite this being a residential area. No entry to this area. He speaks a language. It's very strange. The tone of voice sounds like it's inflamed. Chronic sore throat. Suddenly, a hand snapped. The separation caused the entire order of knights to break up. The South Korean man collapsed on the spot. The person who just started. That action was that of a pale old man. They looked like a bunch of white devils with wings. Red gate. Because it was too noisy, I only let them. They just dozed off for a little while. To names. This seems to be a way of confirming strength of someone, and it was very surprising when that person. He went on to save people. Because the work is done. Therefore, the name of the I-Self tribe is created by snapping their fingers. The gate to leave. It seems they have. Preparing for a hunting trip. The guy. The six-pack ABS stared intently at them. The person lying on the ground stopped. I don't want to cause any trouble. Then he. Scratching a line in space also leaves a mark. The teleportation gate has the same name as the one just mentioned. And disappeared. From above, Yan had witnessed it. It is unclear who he is. Is this the person they're talking about? No, something happened on the street today. The traffic jam was as long as Hanoi's roads. Internal. Sung Jin-Woo informed Jin-Ho. The association has been authorized by President Do. Already. Where did that girl Song Jae come from, demanding to be here? Older brother. Hire me to join your group, I'm the best. It will definitely be useful. My husband is feeling down. I'm frustrated because I can't move even a little bit. Then suddenly, Chairman Go called to inform me. A Class B gate just appeared right in the middle. Highway. That's the reason for the traffic jam. A team of hunters was sent to the area. However, due to road conditions, they could not reach their destination. The place is okay. Therefore, Sung Jin-Woo was asked for help. Support. The person in charge advised him to wait a little longer, then the other hunters will come. Arrive. However, the male lead doesn't need to keep doing that. I went in alone. And it's unclear whether it was due to luck or not. Unfortunately, the Jingle gate is closed once again. Upon entering, it turned into a red gate. New. Step inside and feel the atmosphere. He was absolutely certain this was the red gate. Always. A very large force with a storm. The rain poured down heavily. I should have told them. Mom, I'll be home a little late today. Already. Sung Jin-Woo's opponent this time is. The indigenous people in the forest are surrounding. Completely enclosed. Immediately, the whole. The army of darkness was summoned along with the newest member being Beru. At that time, Father Hein was standing alone. Watching the sunset over the sea at Choi Dong. He then continued the conversation about Jin-Woo. Business trip. The recent incident reminded her of her inexperience. To what extent? But he. Otherwise, she wanted to chase after Sung Jin-Woo. She wanted. Being able to stand shoulder to shoulder with him is necessary. We must become even stronger. The hunter was. Born to hunt. The dungeon is where the fish live. The big fish swallow the smaller fish, and the hunter also needs to. Prepare yourself to be hunted. That's the place. We don't know when the position will be taken. Upside down, a place always close to the die. But even so, the hunter still charged forward. Into battles. No matter how many people. No matter how strong the enemy is, the purpose of the war remains. Everyone's fight is different and still. No one has given up on the idea of hunting yet. The battle ended inside the red gate. The soldiers knelt in rows. Perfectly straight. Open a major road for the owner. Go on. Who's your next target? Any. That concludes season 2 of the anime.